some recording software here. I've minimized all my processes, and hopefully we will not have any hanging process. So, hi, I'm live. Okay, so welcome. Let's get started. I've got a pile of notes here, and as it stands here, let me just load it up. And thought it was loaded up. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're ready to rock and roll. So here we're talking about can you use basically TradingView as a one-stop shop for all your investing purposes, trading purposes, automated trading purposes, and so on and so forth. And the answer is yes. Hello, Mr. Pepe. Thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm going to show you one thing, probably the big trade of the day or the week is the surprise of all of these cryptocurrencies that have suddenly jumped. So let me pull up Bitcoin USD, create a super chart here. I'm trying to minimize all my tabs here on TradingView. It eats up a lot of memory, each one, because it's JavaScript. So here we have Bitcoin. So here we have a 4-hour time frame. You can see it suddenly jumped up from 26,000 all the way up to 34,000. So I don't know if you can quickly do these kind of comparisons, but let's say you're online, you're watching all of the available cryptocurrencies out there, and you want to know what's the best performing one. So if you're like me, you're watching, I don't know, some feed, some social thing, and you hear about all these different coins that are performing. So let's say I look for obviously Ethereum, so I could see the performance long term of which one's been performing. Obviously here Bitcoin up 30%, Ethereum up 7.3%, and I could keep going. So let's say if I load in a bunch that are supposedly moving, we could add Litecoin. I could add I could add I could add let's see, there's XRP is another big one. Um, Cardano has another one. And quickly, just do a quick comparison here. And I know I'm purposely keeping the last one uh, on there. So the last one I can do, and there's a limit you can do on Yahoo Finance for this sort of thing. So in my case, I'm going to load in Solana because I know that's best performing, right? So now you got Solana here running at 42% return, Bitcoin at 30%, and then all these other little ones that are, kind of moving. So your top two are probably going to be Solana and Bitcoin. So that's good to know. Plus, I can also check out the different time frames here. So let's say I want year to date. I could see Solana's up 245%. Everyone's focusing on Bitcoin, but Solana's up 245. Now I can put in any current crypto in here I want. Okay, so I'm just showing you the top supposed big altcoins that are moving. You can see here, these are doing okay, but how they've been doing for the last month. So you can see how quickly you can move around here quite easily, right? And then we're on a 30-minute time frame, and that's how that works. So right now I'm going to release some of these coins. I'll close up Cardano, XRP, Cardano, and Litecoin. So that is one of the big advantages you have here with this view. Plus, you can also know who's going to be talking about what through the social aspect of TradingView. I'll address that in a separate minute. So we'll get to that in a minute. So one of the big things that uh, TradingView has is the new. Actually, it's been around for a while. Is the heat map. So you could do a heat map in crypto. Namely, you can also do just clear up all this mess. And then you could also do the heat map. So I have to go under here under home and then look for all the different products. So now I am, oh, another way I can do this is quite simply doing this. Let me pull over a browser here. Okay, so I'm logged into both the web app and the desktop app. So this is the browser I'm going to bring over here on my second screen. Yeah, here. Okay. So here's the browser. So I'm going to do a Google, go on to Google, do a search for TradingView, TradingView. So we're doing a crypto heat map. So this is really powerful. Now, to get this sort of snapshot with other platforms or other data services, you'd be paying quite a bit. So here you could see the performance over, let's say, daily. Okay, so you know which ones are moving. You can get the exact, let's say here in Litecoin, you get the chart and all the other snapshot stuff that you want. As you can see there on the bottom, the market cap, the period that you're looking at, 1.6 for the day, and just get a really good snapshot on what's moving. Also, you can look at hourly. You could pay a lot of money for these kind of services. So you can see that Bitcoin slow down in the last hour. See how it's done over the last 4 hours. Same thing. But remember, I mean, to get 1% performance on Bitcoin over 4 hours, that's pretty good. You won't get that on the stock market generally right now. And then I could just look through which ones have a deeper performance. So this one's up, Maker 6.31%, so on and so forth, right? And then you can look at weekly. You can also judge by market cap. So this heat map is very powerful. Very, very, very powerful indeed. Okay. So hopefully you appreciate that. Okay. So hopefully I haven't lost you here. Are people still out there? Looks like I have my first. Okay. So gotta go back. Hang on here. I'm just trying to get my stream back. Here we go. Okay, there we go. So I got my stream back. Yay. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so that's the heat map there. The new ones that they've added here are the screeners. So I'm going to focus on ETF in a minute and address that. So that's Bitcoin. Okay, so I've shown you the screener. You could do the same thing, or sorry, heat map for ETF. You could do heat map for heat map for I think it's um, stock and crypto that I know for sure exists. So what I want to also show you, as I said, I want to show you the screener available for so we got to find products, screener, and then here you have ETFs. So I'm going to show you the ETF. This is pretty wild. So this will go out and find all of the um, performing performing ETFs out there. So you can see we could search by change, which is really important. So we do descending. So you could see here what our high performing ETFs are right now. So you can see most of them are crypto related. Filecoin for Grayscale. We've got um, quite a lot. BitX, Beta Pro, crude oil. And that's, I believe, 1 day change, right? So this is a really nice feature to have. Again, you could pay hundreds of dollars for this type of service out there. So let me know if you can just if you could let me know if you could see me okay still if anyone's out there. Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, let me just okay, cool. So yeah, this is the powerful part about the ETF screener. This is brand new. They brought in the last few weeks. I don't know of any service that has this for the cheap price that they offer, like 30 bucks or whatever tier you choose to go with TradingView. It's pretty good. Um, so the other one that I have here is community with uh, the commenting part of crypto. Geez, this streaming is not too good. Um, so for the community, what I have here is I'm going to show you directly in my browser here, just one of my post ideas that got picked by the editors at TradingView. So this is a post that I put up a few about a month ago, a couple of weeks ago actually, and this basically um, right here has a editor's pick as you can see. And what I want to show you is the amount of comments that you get are a lot. So the engagement is very high. It can be very high on on TradingView. It can be if you're familiar with Seeking Alpha, it can be similar. It just depends upon the story and the person that you're following. So it's the same concept as well. You also have, I mean, probably the biggest thing you get with with uh, TradingView is you got the availability of you know standard news. You get all kinds of like full on professional level news, uh, different data source or news sources, including Reuters is one of them, and it's pretty well top notch. Anyways, I don't want to focus on that. You're not here for the news. So again, it's all encapsulated into one platform. That's what I really like about TradingView thus far. Plus, if I put in, I don't know, I'll put in just gold or something, a gold CFD. So here you could see you get all the different trading ideas. This is all from different contributors on TradingView. You have you've got the news, as I said, from those providers. Obviously, you're not going to get for a CFD. Let me just put in maybe a SPY or something might be better. So if I go under news, again, there'll be a bunch of news from the different providers. You got bar chart, as I said. You got probably you could see Reuters in there sometimes, and just Market Watch. Some really top notch providers for news data. Okay, so the technicals is probably the first big feature from TradingView that started everything. So you can get the buy and sell recommendations of if it's oscillating or moving average or different types of trading indicators. So that's a really good snapshot for big assets that you want to watch. So there's a lot of social components to TradingView that a lot of people have not explored. So this is just one aspect of what TradingView offers here. Okay, so what I've shown you is one aspect of the commenting on that one story I just put up on the yen. Also, with if you go searching for people, let's say, I don't know, let's choose one follower here. I don't know, this guy, TNT Sunrise. I don't know who this is. So in here, this person has their trading ideas. Okay, fine, great. They also have Minds, which is like kind of like a Twitter approach. They also have the streaming, which obviously you're part of right now. So that's pretty unique. You also have the scripting as well. So I'll talk about that in a minute. That's all Pine script. So this guy doesn't have any. You get followers and following, similar to TradingView or something like that. All right. So that's another big aspect of TradingView. Um, So obviously, this might be different levels for different people depending upon their experience with TradingView. So, all right. So now I don't really want to get into the really nitty gritty of the data on TradingView. This is the important stuff that makes TradingView really worthwhile to have for the low price you pay monthly or yearly. I mean, they're going to have a Black Friday sale coming up where they'll have some pretty good discounts. All right. So there's that. Just so you know, I don't work for TradingView as well. I just really like this platform a lot. Okay, so I'm going to show you some new things that they've added. So there's the LME. This is a London metal exchange that they've added. So we can see if they'll pull up here. I did all these as like a dress rehearsal equivalent. So under here, these are your data sources. So under here for LME specifically, you could have things like LME, London Metal Exchange, cobalt, tin, lead, nickel, all these different metals. Copper, that's a big one, obviously. Zinc is in there, nickel's in there, aluminum's in there, and this is right from the data provider of LME. Now, to get access to that, you pay a lot of money for that through a different separate data provider. So, let's say if you wanted to know about copper, you can see how it's doing. The unique thing about the charts, you can go right down to a second. I'll show you a better example where you could do daily and weekly. So this is a new data source, so there's not a lot of data here. Just as an example, where's my reset chart? But yeah, there's just a lot of things you can do on with these newer data sources. So another big one is for currencies or for forex people. So as an example, there's ICE, which is the International Currency Exchange out of Europe. I think it's based out of London. Not sure on that, but again, you just look for the sources that you want on ICE. So let's say you are a forex trader in Euro USD. You can see here you have the different brokers, forex brokers, but you also have Euro dollar. Okay, so this is now live data feed that you would get from ICE. Okay. So again, this is a weekly chart. So if I go right down to the second, um, let's see if I can do a 10-second. Uh, looks like I'll have to load up a new chart here. Give me a second here. Actually, I'll do this better on the app. That's through the browser, so that might be a problem. Okay, so I am going to open up a new window on the app. This is on TradingView. So now let me go back into Euro USD. Okay, there we go. Create a super chart. Okay. So again, you can see this is a Wanda as a data source. So I'm going to switch that over to ICE, this one right here. So that's the again, that's a futures exchange. Let me get rid of some of these ugly indicators here. Okay, so there's the clean chart right there. Okay, so that's on a 15-second time frame. So if I go to a 1 second, you will not get this on any retail platform whatsoever. Okay, you will not get this on a retail platform at all. You pay a lot of money to get this a 1 second view of this Euro USD. So you can trade off this, okay, through your retail forex broker. So this is kind of like what I'm trying to show you. This is the equivalent of high frequency trading, as close as you can get from a retail perspective. Okay, so this is obviously a very liquid uh, forex forex pair. This is the largest in the world, in fact. Euro USD on a 1 second time frame on ICE. So here uh, you can go 30 second to get better movement to see the better price action, and then you get your usual 1 hour, 1 minute, and so on and so forth. So that's another unique thing that you will not get anywhere else on TradingView. Okay, so again, for when you start to factor in all of these low costs that you pay monthly, it's pretty cheap. All right, so there's that. So now, as I've shown you, you got the videos of streaming, all that, and all of this data now that you can get on from a futures exchange or right from a institutional level exchange for currency, metals. You can also get from the CME. So let me show you this one from the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Bank. So in here you have your data sources. So this one, the futures market's from the CME. So it's very spotty here because it's closed as well. But again, when the market's open, you can still trade this, even though it's not doing too good. Let just try a minute here for 1 hour. So that might be still live. I'm not sure if I don't think it's live. But if it is live, you could trade the Bitcoin on the CME if you wanted. Obviously, it's not a lot of volume there. A lot of the crypto exchanges have better volume than the CME, but I just want to show you that you can actually get onto the CME as well. So that's how good from the institutional data level you get uh, from from TradingView. A lot of people don't know that, but you pay a lot of money for that. If you're, let's say you were to roll your own solution with a Python, C++, Java application, trading application, to get that data feed from the CME, you'd first have to have probably hit a certain amount of account size, and then you pay probably a lot on per month for that. You can probably get it through other trading brokers, retail brokers, but you're probably going to pay actually, you'd be really limited, and I highly doubt you'll get the 1 second or 30-second time frame available to you. The one retail trading platform I use goes down to is no more than 1 minute, but here we're sub 1 minute with TradingView. All right, so there's that. Okay, so that's the data that you can get with TradingView. A lot of big advantages in there. If you got any questions, just type them up in the chat. Looks like I stabilized my video stream here. Okay, now I'm going to show you some really weird behavior. Now, I've this is from the last 24 hours. So all of these scans are external from TradingView, but I just want to show you these patterns that are pretty stark. Okay. And again, I have my own scanning techniques that are outside of TradingView. For the high performers, let's say for the top performing ETFs based on sectors. So because the markets have been really distorted and really volatile, and there's a lot of um, potential uh, potential crash coming, I don't know. But let me show you this. So yesterday, my thing showed me three ETFs. So the first one was TBT. If anyone's got any comments on this, I'd like to hear about this. So you can see here, this is now the ProShares Ultra Short Lehman 20-year Treasury. So this is now long-term Treasury, which is supposed to be a safe haven with U.S. And debt issued by the U.S. government, how they're funded along with tax. But here we're dealing with a 20-year short, ultra short. So why is this profiting? This should not be happening. If anything, the long bullish, call it quote unquote bullish treasury should be performing, not a short, not a bear. That tells you how upside down the credibility of the US government is right now. So that would tell me that there is something very fundamentally wrong with the US government and the credibility of the US government. So they're lining up for potential shorting on Treasury because right now the bonds are hitting 5%, and I'm just kind of going through an article that shows that the Treasury could hit 6%. And once it hits 6%, you have a red alert uh, situation on your hands with the Fed where they will blow up uh, pretty badly. and there would be a definite crash come on out of that. And they're pushing towards that with the credibility from the government, the finances of the government of the U.S. We're dealing with too much spending, and this year I think it's close to a $2 trillion deficit this year on the spending alone. This year alone, so this is why I think the credibility is being questioned, and you're starting to see these shorts on Treasury on the long term short. So this is just one example. I'll load up another one here. Another one we've got here is TYO. Okay, so again, TYO, right? Now there's a 10-year Treasury bear three time leverage, and let me pull up the daily. So you can see here it started. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe this is running out of memory again. Uh, there we go. It's probably an indicator or something. So you can see this started May. So that shorting started in May. Not a good sign right now. Not at all. I'll show you one more. Um, TBF. So this one's 20-year Treasury short again. Boom. It just this shouldn't be happening, but charts don't lie. I don't know what to tell you. So there's that. So that's a big concern. So one of the only ones that are performing with the current situations, the yen, the short. So that's done fairly well. Let me get rid of that as well. So that's been trending pretty good. That's an ETF YCS. So that's another way of saying in the retail forex world, it's basically USD Japanese yen. Very very simple trade, very safe, very low volatile, very predictable. And that's been going since January 2023. Okay, so when you look at, let's say, a 5 year, so for 2022, which was a horrible year, you can see it's been performing pretty good. In comes the Bank of Japan for intervention, and it still continues. That trend still continues. So that's just something to be very, very aware of, because that's a red alert otherwise. Okay, so there's that. And then the other thing that's kind of a lot of you probably know about is the money markets. So this is the Goldman Sachs Treasury 1 year. This resets every month. So every month it goes up. That's what's happening. But you can see here, it's just gone crazy. Okay. So you can see here the general trend here over the last year. Things are fairly stable. March 18, things started getting really crazy. That's when they started doing those overnight repo operations. I'm sure you had from the Fed had to pump in billions of dollars overnight for banks to trade between each other, and that's during the interbank overnight repo operations. And the virus hits, so things started getting stable because the Fed now pumps in $6 trillion in the economy. That wears off. You can see what's happening now. It goes really super volatile. Okay, so this is not a good sign. So people right now don't trust the banks. The only thing they trust coming within the US are the money markets. This is just one example from 0 to 1 year maturity. So that's the only place people are parking money. So they get performance out of it every month. So that's another red alert that's been talked about a lot in the news. But this, what I just showed you with the Treasury shorts showing profit, not a good sign. So something's going to blow up. That's what's driving it's basically the national debt, and that's what's driving the inflation. And I don't know what they're trying to do to prevent that. So some of the other outside of the treasury and money market performers are agriculture. So once you start to see agriculture perform, so there's this one, Till. It's a fund. So this is now Techrium Agricultural Strategy ETF. You can see it's starting to perform there. Let me pull up the daily. Uh, you can see that right there. It's starting to perform. Not a lot of liquidity in it, but this was one of the top performers yesterday that was picked up. And there was another one called Tags as well. So this is very, very unusual where you start to see um, basically, uh, basically things not working as they should. All right, if you got questions, let me know. Another thing, I'm gonna step outside of TradingView right now and just show you this. This is another uh, big concern here. Is if you go to Google and you just do a simple bar chart, future volume or most active futures. This is very unusual as well. So these are the most active futures contracts right now, and you can see what's been going on. So this is the full list. You can see what's performing by volume is basically agricultural product, not the stock, not the Nasdaq, not uh, the NYSE or Dow Jones. It's agricultural product that are leading the way. And as I said here, you also have here this 30-day fund. So it's another way of saying the maturity market. So none of this is being touched. So here we have the E-mini down here, and the volume is much, much lower than it normally is. Normally, the E-mini is one of the highest actively traded future contracts out there, but it's not. It's all agricultural product. One of them that's been performing pretty good been sugar. I mean that comes off as well, but this is just to show you how distorted everything is. So you think, where's gold? Why is gold not in there? Well, we know that gold can be manipulated as well. So that's how distorted the markets are right now, especially in the futures market. And it's usually the futures market that is the leading indicator when things go bad in the stock market. And I think one of the other reasons, which I'll probably get into, is the crypto. Again, actually, that's why one of the other reasons why I think crypto, specifically Bitcoin, has taken off. There's a reason for it because it got listed on some exchange prematurely for the BlackRock ETF, and that's why Bitcoin took off. But I think that's just another message of some kind. I don't know what to tell you. And they pulled off that uh, ETF off that exchange. And let me show you so this is when that was announced. That's when it dipped. But now what's happened is because of this right now, of the bar chart, what I just showed you, that's why Bitcoin's also moving up because people are probably panicking when they see this and are moving into crypto, namely in Bitcoin. So that's why it's pumped so much over the last few days since October 23rd, and it's only the 24th. So that's one of the reasons why I think that's happening. If you got questions, let me know. Okay, so we're going to come back to Bitcoin or to TradingView now. All right, so I want to talk about the different exchanges out there that you can trade with on TradingView. I think this is the make or break of so TradingView was considered just a super charting platform. That's all it was. But once they started adding in live trading in TradingView, so let me pull up the brokers here. So these are the top brokers that are available on TradingView. So they obviously have a pretty good focus on Forex, Oanda, Interactive Brokers. Those are the ones I'm using. They also include FXCM. They've got AMP Futures, Optimus Futures, Binance, Bitstamp, TradeStation, and the like. So those are some of the um, popular exchanges and brokers they support. So now you can do live trading on TradingView. So that's a big, big plus, obviously. So here comes the rub. So I've talked about in the past the pine scripting. So if I load up, I don't know, let's focus on Bitcoin. Everyone likes their Bitcoin right now. So under Bitcoin, uh, here. I'm going to choose at least an hour. Let me do, let's say a 4 hour chart here. So we got to reset that chart. There we go. And basically, what I want to do is I want to add in now my strategy. So I'm going to pull up the greedy strategy, which is an open source strategy uh, built in. So we have here greedy strategy is an open source strategy that's available from within the ecosystem of TradingView in PineScript, right? So I'm not going to get into the technical nitty gritty here, but what I do want to show you, and just add this to the chart. Okay, so now that's been added to the chart, so you get your markers on your entries and exits, all that. Okay, and the one thing that is really powerful about this, so this is now PineScript. This is a proprietary language from TradingView. Is in here is the strategy tester. So in here, I can see if this is right away, if this is profitable or not. So I've got a profit factor of 2.1, 2.1, and the percentage of winning trades is 48%. So that's over 321 trades. And I am not sure on the data. So this is, let me pull up the last month. So here, if I go back to 4 hour to smooth the, so you can see here, these are all the different longs and shorts that you can get and use. Obviously, it missed this big run up, but still, let me just run the test again here. So if I go back to uh, deep back testing, so I'm going to get a new data set here. So we're now only at 0.661 profit factor, 35%. Now, if I change that to, I don't know, daily, that might get a different view. So that's for the last day. But I'm going to pull up since the beginning of the month, generate a report. So now you can see the profit factor has just massively gone up to 12 times, which is really good. 50% win ratio, two trades. So that's pretty good. Very little drawdown at 0.02, but with a huge upside on the winning side as well. So these are the sort of things you can experiment with PineScript and the strategy tester and all that. So once you know you have something that's worthwhile, you can go over the trading view now. And what you can do now, you can do your live trading. So I've shown a video of this. Maybe if I do the paper trading, this might help connect. So this is now just paper trading uh, within trading view. So here I can now manually trade, and this is as far as you can go when it comes to trading on TradingView. You can only trade manually or discretionary. There is no auto trading whatsoever in TradingView, none. So if you wanted to trade this, I don't know, based upon something you see, do you buy market or fill out all your details and da da da, and you can sell, and you can do that manually. Okay, so that is fine if that's the style of trader you are. But if you want to go into auto trading, well, you're kind of not in luck. It's not an easy move over. Okay, so with the trading view auto trade, if you can find a working solution, there's many companies that provide it. I can't say what's reliable. I've spent over, I'd say, just over a week on it. There's not a lot of reliable uh, providers out there. There are programming ways to do it. It's overly complicated. Again, the reliability is something different. If you're an accomplished programmer, that's great. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But I have figured out my own way of doing it. But how it works is, let me just kill this. So let's say you want to set up your live trading with uh, with Bitcoin as is. Okay, so what you do is you have to set up a web alert right here. So in the web alert, what you do is you set it every time to run it every time when a trigger is set. So in some cases, you can use greedy strategy as the way to trigger it. And out of that, uh, you can then set up a way where if it's triggered based upon something in the strategy code, then it will send over a message based upon, in this case, an action, which is a buy or sell, the contract, which is essentially the Bitcoin plus the data provider, which is data stamp, the name of the ticker, obviously Bitcoin, and the position size. That's a default. So you create that. But let me show you some other options as well. So under notifications, you can send out an email. You can send out the webhook, as I've shown you. You can play sound. You can do an alert in app. And you can also do texting or SMS. Okay. And then you go create. And in here, you will find your alert section right here, if I can get to it. So now it's got your alert, and based upon your code in your Pine script, it'll raise alerts, and then it will notify you that the event happened, and you can decide if you want to take a trade or not based upon that. But again, that is using this manual methodology once you get that alert risen. But you can automate it. But again, you have to step outside of the out of TradingView and either do that notification via the web hook or you do it via email. I use email. It's more reliable and more secure as well. So there's that. So once you get something like that set up, you can virtually just run TradingView on your system. If it's your desktop app, you can do that. And you can just let it sit and trade 24/7, and it's fairly reliable as well. I mean, I've used other platforms and they're nowhere as reliable as TradingView. The other big advantage you get with TradingView as a as an option for their desktop app, they do support Linux. So the only two apps that support Linux is the retail trading platform I was on and still am using, MotiveWave, along with TradingView. That's the only two major trading apps you get on Linux if you're using Ubuntu or whatnot. So that's something you need to consider as well, depending upon your platform. So now we've gone from end to end, as I said, your one-stop shop from trading ideas, screening to adding in different strategies and indicators that you want, and being able to find out what's performing or not. And plus, you also have the social media component to TradingView as well. So there's that massive community as well that I've already shown. Those are the big, huge advantages you get with TradingView. That's pretty well all I wanted to show you. I don't know if there's any questions in the chat or whatnot. Doesn't look like there are, but that's pretty well what I wanted to show you. Um, if there's anything, let me know. If you're interested in my solution for the auto trading, just get in touch with me via my signature. So if you were to look up one of my trading ideas, let's say here, uh, you'll always find in my signature right here on my social media. So you can get in touch with me there, plus my website, or you can just click on my user profile and boom, and then you can find out more info as well through my socials listed on my profile as well. So if there's no comments, I guess it's a wrap for right now. Any questions? I'll do it going once, twice, three times. Uh, do it going once, going twice, going three times. No questions. So hopefully, even though I've had some stability problems with the stream, looks like the recording should be okay. This should be also available on my YouTube channel. And again, you can just go into my signature, you can find that as well to get a better picture of TradingView. But I will tell you, TradingView is much, much better in so many ways I've shown earlier. One thing I also have on one of my videos outside of TradingView, I talked about can you rule your own solution in terms of algo trading? In terms of, let's say it's Python, C++, Java. In this day and age, I don't see the point because, as I said, like for all the data that I've shown you to ICE, to LME, to what was it on CME, those institutional level future exchanges, you'd be paying a lot of money to get access to those, and writing your own solutions for the data connectors into those exchanges. And that's just one disadvantage you already have by trying to rule your own solution. And you're going to have a variety of maintenance problems. It's just, if you want to write a trading platform, your own trading solution on your own for fun or maybe for a job, that's fine. But if you're trying to do it from a practical sense to get into trading and automated trading, which something like trading, it doesn't make sense to recreate the wheel. It just doesn't make sense at all because the wheel's already there. You just got to leverage off of what's available on the platform like TradingView, and willing to put in the work to understand uh, TypeScript as well. And that's pretty well, it's just a better, smarter option because you'll be able to get quicker path to actually trading, which is your ultimate goal. And once you find something that works really well, like what I showed you with the Bitcoin, you find a strategy you like, you just let it trade on your account live, and yeah, you could just set and forget somewhat, and just check on the performance of it through your broker exchange logs or whatever, and see how it's doing. If not, just go back to TradingView and change something else. There's a lot of benefit here. You can also do the same thing with mobile as well. So if there's no further questions, doesn't look like there is. So I will terminate this tonight. And thanks for watching. Hopefully this will make it on podcast and YouTube and all that. Thanks for watching, and have yourselves a good night.